Good evening, fangs and bat wings, and welcome to yet another blood-sucking edition of Blood from a Stone, a tale of love and dread in RPG. Hi, my name is Philip, and I am your Dread Master, and surrounding me are our wonderful players for the evening. Say, good evening, players.
Good evening, players.
There we go. Hi, everyone. Welcome.
Hi.
It's funny because this game is happening on schedule, but we had a grand total of 0 games in this past week since our last one here because of some scheduling issues.
His mommy and daddy were in town.
That's not why. Shut up. I don't even call them that. You don't know anything. I had family in town and had to cancel stuff, and we nearly played on Tuesday, but I had to go to the theater that night, and we just couldn't swing it. The theater. I saw, for people in the, we usually do this at the end, or Pierce does, what he calls them Manzukas, but for anyone in the LA area, strongly recommend seeing Peter Pan Goes Wrong at the Amundsen. It's very, very fun. I'm a fan of all those things. Anywho, we're back in the saddle with our dear friends, to do some blood. There's gonna be a blood. There might be some stones. We are in our we're in our vampire era. Is that how people would say things on? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Vampire
You're
era.
so trendy and young.
Vampire era. I whispered, and then it's like what's the thing of like slut era? I whisper as I do something like staying in at the house. Wasn't that a thing, guys?
Yeah.
The dread clock. It's currently at 6 on the clock to 13. So hopefully we can get some more 13s tonight. Now, in the past few weeks of this here game, we have had we have shifted to a new milieu, kind of this vampire-centric thing ever since Dracula put out his call, or shortly after Dracula put out his call for all the vampires to come to him at Darkmoor. We've kind of been cutting about and basically switching systems just radically and combining systems. Yeah, last week we had our wonderful vampires playing 5e, and Liv was playing our love dice system, and so it was fun to say, like, roll a perception, roll a roll. So okay, you have a 15 perception and you've rolled a suck nipple. So there we go. It's kind of stuff that happens in this game. I don't say this enough, but this is not an all ages game. I should mention that. There's a content warning on this, just generally speaking, for extreme horror scenarios. Sometimes that's just gross sex talk, but it can get horrific fast. Much like, anyway, how you doing, Lauren?
Totally super.
You were sitting there like, oh my god, what's he about to say? I
was worried for a second.
Yeah, and you should have been. We all should have been. So, a lot of fun stuff going on tonight. I think I'm going to do a little recap, but this game has been fun because we kind of could go anywhere to various people who were alive. There's even occasionally a chance that we would, in the middle of one of these games, start an all-new thread. It is not inconceivable that if certain roles happen, the 4 of you are creating new characters. All 4 of you are new unseen characters on the fly.
I kind of hope that happens just for the chaos of it all.
It would be chaos, but
everybody knows that spreadsheeting is my favorite thing. So
you actually, it's interesting you say that because first of all, we do have our new spreadsheet emote, which I just put into chat. But
that's true.
The spreadsheeting situation can be. Some of our games, that's really part of the culture. I think that Blood from a Stone is a little bit more about like story and role playing and less about pausing to spreadsheet. But like, I mean, come on. Or as Dan says, if you replace the word sheets with cheeks, something he said to me earlier tonight.
Not 15 minutes ago, I think.
Not but 15 minutes hence. So,
that should be an emote.
with our thoughts in mind here, I'm going to give a brief sort of recap of some of the people we might see, but we might not even see any of these people. At present, Hattie Ford and the now with a sword containing the Soldier of Fortune and a massive stone golem containing what was once Alvin Theodore, are currently in the Tower of Ire Vorgazity, a very swole lich who is intrigued by somehow possibly thwarting the lich who loves him, Visibadiroth, the queen, by killing Alvin but keeping him alive as some kind of undead thing out of that body, and somehow that would harm her. That's a thing that we could see going on as they have reached that place, having escaped. The Soldier of Fortune on a quest to get his lady love Medina, whom he loves because he heard her sing, to get her some means of protecting her mind. He is now dead, his soul in a sword. So we got that going on. With Everett Plantain, Penny, Bradley, and Medina herself. Penny and Bradley have had some very special... they were, after having been slorched together by things from beyond the Veil of Sanity, they were unslorched thanks to the Peddler's help, the Peddler and the Boxer, who I've noticed, based on activity in our Lost Academia game, have become two real favorites among the sort of the Mistwalkers in terms of research. But the Peddler and the Boxer, they managed to give them new bodies through the use of, I think what we have all basically ascertained is Shadow Elf blood. This makes them potentially Mistwalkers themselves, and they need to get rid of their names, which means they need to take one trip back to Darkmoor before then absconding off to a safe place that the Boxer would like to take Medina to, because he doesn't want the Soldier of Fortune to be mad at him. We also had many ironic moments realizing that, it's not like any of our allies, like their ally, the Soldier of Fortune, might be needing a new body soon, etc., etc. So, all sorts of fun going on there. We also followed 4 hot vampires. Like, if you're talking about hot vampires, you're talking about Cormorant, Darius, Oksana, and Dr. Anders, Buster Anderson. He may be the least conventionally hot of the 4 of them, but he was being invited to orgies when he was alive. So let's just, whatever perspective you need.
As we all know, Philip, orgies are exclusively populated by the hottest people.
I think, guys, I'm so worried about orgies. I stay up late at night thinking about orgies, but not in a fun way. Just in a way of oh no. Oh, everyone's going to be so disappointed and weirded out by it. And what if it's like childbirth and they do it and they hate it, but then they're like, oh, I want to do it again because your brain makes you forget. Oh no, orgies. Oh God. I mean, in my games they can be super fun, but in real life, oh man. I just want everyone to be okay. But you know what? It's not my responsibility for everyone to be okay. I can't take that on. Is anyone else detecting a weird energy tonight, or is it just me?
It's always a weird
It's here every night. It's here every night.
Yeah. What else? Who else were we checking in on? Oh, we also checked in on Francis Brannigan, Sarah Quill, and Etienne, as well as a new sort of plant vampire who was hanging out with them as they decided to sort of cross. Oh, but sorry, those sexy vampires we were just talking about, they decided to leave Hopfen. They've been granted not full vampiredom, but they have been granted their freedom. They are marching to Darkmoor, traveling, feeling a pull. They did spend a night in a shed that they were invited to spend the night in, and it was adjacent to a cabin by a lake where some very, very sexy people were having a very sexy time. They ate one of them because he was a real dick. But they did sort of put into the mind of this KLT an aerobics instructor who's really been through a lot and gone a far way now, and been through a lot in a very sexual sense as well, because it's voluptua. So they're crashing there, having fed, good for them, good life. But we also checked in at some point with Francis Brannigan, a footman from Castle Caliginoira, as well as Sarah Quill, a young lady from Merkshire there, and her husband Etienne, and a vampire traveling with them, as they, with several plant-based vampires, they began to sort of move across the world from the ruins of De Leckergerten, seeking out Darkmoor College. Hearing the call, some of them went of their own will, some of them still retained some loyalty to Der Braumeister, the Johannes Gerstenkorn, whom we met. He put around Francis's neck some of his very special brew, which only Dracula may drink. He is now the Mundschenk, the cupbearer, which is just, what a good word, guys. So I believe that's all the threads we've currently opened up in the past couple of weeks. Obviously, many more could be opened because we still have a lot of living characters who could get randomly pulled back into the shenanigans. But I think that's everyone we've sort of seen of late. So, with this kind of newly decentralized and even more mosaic storytelling in mind, I think it is now time for us to prepare for tonight's game and hear an invocation. Apologies, this one's a little long, not the longest ever, but a little on the longer side, but has some interesting things in it. No, I refuse to believe what you say. Oh, I should prep it all. So now the invocation for chapter 108 of Blood from a Stone, A Tale of Love and Dread in RPG. No, I refuse to believe what you say. Lucy, my darling Lucy, is dead. It pains me to say it, but I have accepted it nevertheless. And even if she is undead, a creature of the night, she would not be a thing of evil. The spark of her gentle soul must surely remain. She cannot be this bloofer lady spoken of in the papers. These murders in Hampstead, these are surely the work of that devil count. Ja, this is so. In a manner of perspective, mein Freund, you are entirely correct, Van Helsing said, pity in his eyes. The Hampstead murders, the responsibility for them is being at the feet of the Count Dracula. But the hands that carry out these horrible acts, they once belonged to the dear Miss Westrena. Though what now possesses her body is not that lovely young woman we all loved so greatly. I think that many of you are reacting to one thing, but I'm gonna... in the last sentence, there was one more thing that some of you have played in a game that know about. Don't worry about it. Actually, 3 of you have played in that game. Don't worry about it.
It's fucking
Wait, say it again.
They once belonged to the dear Miss Westrena. Where have we heard that before? Where did
I don't remember.
That's okay. No worries.
Was I in it?
Yeah, countless times. We've used LGI to show a little ship flying down towards that planet many, many times.
Lauren, was that a language that is known to man?
No, it's from another intellectual property, probably. I don't know. I think I was possessed by that show on this channel.
In any Westrena, sometime in Star, might be the location of a place called Mystic Starport. Might be the planet thereof. So, my dear friends, who would like to roll our D13?
Oh, I don't have one.
You don't have one. Dan, go ahead and give me a D13 roll. Actually, wait 2 seconds, because I want to add one thing, because I was just talking about it.
More time to get the juices rolling on this D13.
Roll 13.
Ooh, baby.
Roll it.
Ooh, roll. 13! Let's go!
No way.
You rolled a 13.
I rolled 13. What can I say?
Excellent.
I'm
Hey,
really
Philip, you know what? It's all thanks to you for giving me the time to really warm it up.
Dan.
Oh, shit.
First, I need to roll another D13.
Please roll the D. Yeah. Okay. So first of all, we increase the piece. And by the piece, I mean the bloodshed. Okay, so boom, Dan gave us one. Thank you so much. Straight out the gate. Now roll another one.
Did it again. 13, baby. Let's go.
No way.
Dan, roll one more for me.
Are we dead?
What's that?
I'm okay.
No! I did it again. Holy shit.
Okay, that one counts as another one.
No. No.
But in both cases, okay, roll again.
Do it again. All night.
Statistically impossible.
That wasn't the dice tray.
It's not statistically impossible. It's
One.
okay, one. Okay.
I mean, Lauren, you think about it. You roll 3 d13s. Any combination is just as likely as any other combination.
Well, but still.
Ugh. What? I'm spent for the night.
Good night, folks.
All right. Well, first of all, this is going to be an interesting one. I'm going to ask my cast to roll with something with me, please. I'm going to ask you guys to kind of, we're going to need to, we're just going to, I'm just going to need you to sort of, okay, here we go.
That roll, do you mean roll dice or just go along with
It
what
will be
you're
both,
doing?
but I think it's more going to be a go along with this because, sure enough, the 13 was the result that, did I say this on stream or was I only saying this to you guys off stream?
I don't know.
In our jumping around of all of our stuff, one option is entirely new thread with heretofore unknown characters, and that is what's going on.
Baby.
So, my dear friends, you
Friend
are
shading.
all going to be characters who have not yet appeared in the game.
Oh.
Even though two
those-
of you technically have characters from this world, I think the nature of this would not have you be using those. This is actually a diceless system that we're going to be using here, because you see, your first roll was that it would be somewhere else. The fact that you rolled a third 13 means that today's episode,
No dice, just vibes.
well, kind of, in a sense. Tonight's episode is going to be, it's going to be, I think I believe our title for this one is going to be Behind the Horror.
Ooh.
For those who have not tuned in before, you're going to see us all create characters on the fly.
My dear friends, as we do this, I need the four of you to decide amongst you your roles. There are different roles could be had here, but the four of you are you are a production team. Okay. You guys are in the process of shooting something. Things have gone crazy, and you've just been authorized to sort of head out and make a film or make a series for the channel. So, first, I need you all to pick a name for yourselves. Just to, oh no, keeping with this, I take it back. Do not pick names. Your names will be your roles. So,
Okay.
Dan, give me one more D13 roll. This might change the rules of something, but honestly, it would fit for this.
6.
Okay, no. Dan, you are, you did not roll the, I was gonna say on an odd, I was gonna do evens, no odds, yes. So, for this team, we need a sound person, we need some camera people, we need a producer, we need possible roles we could have. We could do a locations, we could do transpo, we could have a PA. So I need you guys to decide which role you'd like to be taking for tonight's very strange game. On a thing, just call it out. There's not going to be the opportunity to
Costumes and makeup.
So, okay.
It has to be production.
Well, this is I'm imagining more a like. I want you to think about the most horror-inducing kind of television of all, the reality series. So you can certainly be sort of a makeup person for that. But
I want to be a producer then.
producer. All right, she's called producer. I think we only need one producer. Some of the other jobs we could, like, there could be camera 1, camera 2. Dan, you've already been camera, but but based on what you've rolled, you are not. If you want to be camera again, you can, but you're not going to be the same camera.
Well, Moses, if you wanted to be producer, you can have it.
I'll be be camera.
Camera, great. What, Zane? Any thoughts on what role? you'd like
Just
to
tell
have?
me what you want me to be, baby.
I think
Be anything.
I would think it would be really cool if one of you would be sort of like a transpo. I think if one of you were driving the van, or outside of that, just locations. I think sound is another good thing, but also like a PA would be very helpful. PAs are sort of just going to be general purpose type people.
What's a PA?
A PA is a production assistant, so they're kind of like the lowest people on the totem pole who do all of the work.
I'll be the PA.
Be a PA? Okay, great.
I'll be the PA.
Fun.
I'll be sound this time, I guess.
Sound. Okay, so we have sound. We do need camera. So Zane, how about you be camera?
I'll be the camera guy.
So Zane is our camera operator.
Hold on.
So if you will change your names to camera, sound, PA, and producer.
Okay.
And this game is a little bit different than sort of, many of the others because, because among other things, they're I sent you guys these. Actually, I'm realizing what's wrong is, these are not on your actual sheets. These were on their own unique sheet that we had. So again, apologies out there, everyone. I'm just sort of needing to take a little bit of.
This is very
I'm sorry I fucked up the game, everyone.
That's always your goal, though.
Yeah.
We can see it in your smile.
So, for tonight's game, I just need to copy. I'm gonna copy some spreadsheets to existing spreadsheets, guys. We really are just spreadsheeting now.
My nightmare. This is my personal dreadland. Spreadsheeting.
Bruce Pumper the second. Yes.
I'll tell you what. In fact, because of this and because of who you all are and sort of how I have you here, I'm gonna do a weird thing, which is while I'm transferring these to other places, I would love for us to start not where we just rolled, but instead we're going to start the next dusk at the next sunset by a tranquil lakeside cabin. There are 4 vampires having had a good day's sleep with, you are not like, you've been more full before. You shared a pretty big guy, which is like, you had like a cheeseburger last night. You've been hungry. You could gorge yourselves, but at that point, but the 4 of you awaken as the sort of sun has gone down, and you still feel the pull of Dracula's call. This one who has claimed he is your sort of ruler, your leader. As I get things set up, I know I just told you guys to change your names, but let's have a brief check-in with these characters. What would you all do as night falls and your sort of your waking hours can begin?
I'm gonna say Darius CalmBlood. He woke up a little bit earlier. He's ripped off his finger and is using it as a paintbrush to draw a mural on the side of our shed.
I do realize we are vampires, but this is macabre, even for us.
I was overcome with passion. Oksana, I know you're more of a practical, let's say bland vampire, but I feel things and I do things.
It is easy to become overwhelmed with passion. I understand. When I attended my first nude party, I was overcome with passion.
And look, I'm willing to let him continue his drawings if it'll give me more inspiration for when I write later on.
See, Oksana, everyone else is cool with it.
This is it is fine. It is just macabre. You can do whatever you want to do with your afterlife. It is just your medium is very morbid.
Do you have a paintbrush on you?
No, but you could be resourceful. We are in a shed.
Human hair.
Tell you what, go to your sheet for this character, for the old Darius CalmBlood. And look under the skills section. I would like you to roll. I'll let you do an investigation. Let's see what you can find as you search around this place. Is there anything that would make?
What do I roll for this again?
So you roll your d20 and you'll add whatever your modifier is to it. Oh yes, I should mention we play a lot of different systems in this, and not everyone's played them a bunch. So yeah, so this is just classic 5e. Classic.
I got 19.
A 19. You, with some looking, you find a. There are some brushes here for the horses, and typically they're not the kind you would use to paint. But you eventually find a sort of like smaller brush, or maybe even it was a piece of brush, but it would make a perfectly good paintbrush.
I'm going to find it, see if anyone saw me find it. I'm going to throw it away. I can't go back on what I said.
Understood. You
throw
kind
it
of
away.
you find it and you're like, just kick it under a stall or something.
Poor Oksana looks like.
Love it.
Should have looked harder.
Love it. Okay. But you do all feel this this pull in your souls. Dracula is calling.
I think that we should continue on our journey.
I mean, yes, we've started a journey. It's we should finish it sooner rather than later. I'd be loath to have another evening, sunrise, such as the one we just had, where we're trying to convince some erstwhile hunk that he should let us in. You know, it was quite the experience, and I'd rather not unlive through it again.
And I can
Very
just
clever.
feel the pull of this Dark Lord. I'm ready to meet
Yes.
him.
And you can pursue your passions there. Perhaps he
course.
will inspire more passion in you. So, shall we continue on?
Let's beat feet.
Let's go, Mom.
Do not call me mom.
Excuse me.
I'm younger than
Far
you.
too young to be your mother.
I'm younger than all of you.
I never called you mom though, so it's not. You're
Danny-
also far too young to be my mother.
Comrade, you have to stand with me. Thought we were cool.
I stand with all of us.
Oksana will crack open the door to check and vampire sense if there's anything.
An excellent question, and one that I should point out. I'm curious what chat thinks about this, because this is not really where I planned on starting the game. But, God, you guys have a better chance of surviving one and having it be interesting. So despite us about to cut to another thing that's being created, guys, Dan rolled 313, so we have a horror surge incoming. And though it was meant for a team of people to do some stuff, I think it might be happening now. Oksana, you look out the doors. Make a
Oh, boy.
perception roll.
Oh. Yeah, very bad. That is a 2 plus 5, so it is a 7.
Thank you so much. I really like you.
I don't like it.
You're a really cool, nice person. And I
No.
really just appreciate everything you've done. Everything seems totally fine. The night is a good one to travel in.
I'm just gonna say she just missed things because she's frustrated,
I understand.
not because she's bad.
You're surrounded by frustrating people.
Yes.
You were
You don't
just
even
called,
justify bad rolls of the dice.
You were just called mommy. I get it.
Not mommy. And it's
Oh, mom. Sorry.
there's a difference.
Are we going to continue on?
Yes, let's get a move on.
She will open the door and jokingly.
I'm gonna walk past her, do like a snarky bow to her, like
Great.
We're going to strut off out of the cabin, out of the
So-
hut, the shack.
You all sort of walk out of the cabin, as you do. You walk past the lake. Perhaps some of you look back at that house where you do hear the sounds of lovemaking continuing. But I think you all had a sense that though that delightful KLT last night was very happy, or earlier, in the wee hours of the morning, she was happy to get rid of Biff. She definitely doesn't want to be eaten, and you suspect you will not be invited into that house. They know what's going on, but you got a decent meal, and perhaps Darius, you did charm her a fair bit, so perhaps she'll come to you willingly, which is always just so delightful. In any case, as you make your way around the lake, and then toward a dark wood, none of you sort of notice certain shapes that are moving through the mist. If anything, the mists that are falling are comforting. They feel sort of good. They feel kind of they feel appropriate. You're creatures of the night. What's not to love about kind of a dark mist rolling along, obscuring things? Your hunters, your night creatures, your predators. Lawrence, you know how sometimes you talk about how weird it is that I will come up with a thing like the little copy for our Instagram posts, and how it's just like random, and then sometimes it's really fitting for what's going on. So as you guys move through, I'm gonna make a d20 roll real quick. Okay, not amazing. Do you all have, and Moses, you can check this by looking at your sheet, and it's actually up towards, it's in like, there's a bunch of boxes. There's 3 sort of like rows of these, like 4 boxes each, and on the bottom one it says current hit dice, maximum hit dice, and the next thing is passive perception. If everyone could tell me their passive perception, I assume that for most of you it's 14, but some of you may be higher. I'm highlighting the box in question on your sheet, Moses.
13.
15.
15. Okay.
I say 14.
14.
13.
13. Okay, so yeah, so 13, 14 range. No one's Oksana, despite you're sort of missing something, will say that, but all of you guys are pretty well clustered. So you all, as you've gone a bit, you do have a sudden feeling that you're not alone in this forest. And while ordinarily that wouldn't bother you, there is kind of a feeling of like something snuck up on us. We weren't aware of this, but now you've kind of come to a small clearing. It's about 15 feet wide that you're sort of walking along a path, and about 30 feet long. But you feel that in the sort of hidden trees and in the mist and such around you, there are definitely some entities have sort of been gathering, been emerging. Horror is surging, but it is horror for a vampire. You have also fought things before. You once were up against a horrible bounty hunter, but I think that all of you have a certain degree of trepidation at this moment, of feeling, wait a minute, something is not right. Cormoran.
If we are feeling like there's something amiss up ahead, could I try and slink into the shadows and maybe be a little quieter, a little more hidden?
I think you absolutely can in this kind of moment before things go down, but I would suggest to you that the shadows you would slink into are the places that you feel presences.
Then I should simply try and walk lightly.
Sure, understood. You're sort of trying to be stealthy. You don't think there's anywhere to hide because you guys have sort of entered a more clearing area. So you're gonna try to be lightly. I'm going to use that just because you're saying it to give you something. I'm going to kind of basically give you the benefits of the dodge action.
All right, sounds good.
If things happen before you take a turn.
If shit pops off, yes.
But shit does pop up.
Excellent.
Boy, that's bad news. That's real bad news. Although if it's you, it's not as bad of news. Okay. What will we roll for this? How about this guy? Oh no. Dr. Anders Anderson.
Yeah, baby.
You're the first target, my friend.
No.
Sort of suddenly just whistling out of the mist. It's kind of making this weird like sound, and something impacts you just right in the shoulder. It feels bright and light almost, and it does in fact feel like whatever is in you is a projectile, but it's glowing slightly. As it sticks out of you, you do take some damage from this thing. You take 20 points of damage as this thing just hit. I will tell you also that it was a critical hit, is the reason why it was so particularly
Oh,
high.
no.
As something sort of shot you from the dark, and then sort of suddenly, I will say that like one kind of came at him and did this, and you guys hear this strange like this like strange like susurrating sound, bizarre languages, a speech that you don't quite understand. But at this moment, I would like you all to roll initiative. Only Anders Anderson was surprised by this attack. The rest of you will have some sort of such for this, but I'm also going to ask, would you... Oh, no, I do it in waves. Never mind, I know what I do. Okay, perfect. Did anyone roll a 20 or higher on their initiative? And Moses, I'll tell you how we do this. I think we might have done this once last time, but basically, up towards the top, in the very top thing, it's box L3. There is a green box called Initiative. So roll your d20 and add that number to your roll. Anybody over 20?
No.
Oksana?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 for Oksana. Great. Anybody 15 or higher?
18.
18. Excellent, Darius. Anybody 10 or higher?
14.
Dirty 13.
Hey, Dirty 13. 14 for Anders.
Wait. I'm sorry. And what was my initiative? I'm sorry. I forgot my initiative plus 3, so I'm 7.
17. I like it. And then a Dirty 13 for Corn. All right. Wave one of these bad guys will be coming at you. I don't have the right dice for this. It's hidden in another room. I'm not going to go get it. That's too much.
Oh, in your special dice room?
Yeah, in my special dice room. I haven't been doing enough D&D where I really want like specific dice, and I have a set of dice perfect for this. I'm not going to go get it now, but I might if somebody's taking a long time on a turn. Well, that's a shame for you guys. All right, Oksana.
Yes.
You get the first turn.
Oh boy. Do I see where anything is coming from?
I think you can make, because of your passive perception and now that things are moving, you can see that there are shapes in the mist, and you do notice that there is a soft, strange glow on them. Uh-oh. Shapes in the mist.
Oh, God.
Okay, and am I familiar with these weaknesses of these creatures
You don't know what the
from
creatures
the last time?
You don't know what these creatures are.
Didn't they fight us in the ballroom with the light that Oksana got?
Oh yeah, you've encountered creatures with that, but you don't know that. Oh well, okay. Go ahead and make a roll for me of perception. Let's see if you can see through this.
Okay. 19 plus 5. 24.
With a 24, Oksana, you look through and you're like, oh my god, did he just get hit with a thing? It's this like thing of light. It's like still glowing in him, and it's like smoke is sort of coming up of it. And you're looking, and you look through, and at first you're like, is that? Oh my god, is it that bounty hunter? Has she come for us? But what you see, sort of stalking out of the night, a little mist clears, and there is a glow coming off this thing. You see a gaunt figure wearing tattered white robes. A pair of wings come out of its back. Though there are some feathers on it, they're mostly bone. The wings seem stripped down. The face looks haunted and empty. The eyes are sunken. And yet you know an angel when you see one.
Oh boy. Oh. Okay. This is not what I was thinking it was.
It is
Okay.
not. So you know that. I'm actually going to say I don't think if you even have one. I'm just gonna just for sort of in case you do. I'm gonna say that was I'm giving you that as a free bonus or kind of like a incidental bonus action. You looked out
Yes.
and you could feel that. But now, what do you want to do with your action? Now that you see that there are these things and you think there's about 4 of them.
How far is Buster from me?
Buster is about 5 feet in front of you, maybe less.
Can I run and grab Buster?
Sure. You can just grab hold of Buster. You have 25 feet of movement left, or 55 if you're going to just keep running.
I will keep running.
So you're just sprinting off.
Yes.
Perfection. All right, Buster, will you allow yourself to be pulled by her?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So basically, you move a little slower when you're pushing another person. It's kind of it's half speed, but I usually round up. So I'm gonna say that Oksana, like Buster gets hit, and Darius and Cormor, as you sort of see things, you see Oksana like look off into the things, then she just grabs Anders and just begins rushing. You guys don't quite have like the cool vampire super speed of the movies. You kind of should, but so you're just running off. Grand. Okay.
Because he helped me so much.
I 100% get it. It is at this time that the good news for you is, Darius, it is also your turn. They don't get to go all in front of you.
But now I know. Have I seen the things that Oksana's seen? Like I know.
Oksana,
the
do you
names.
shout out what it is you've seen?
Nope.
Okay, then.
I just go.
Well, I know. Buster would have just said, "I've been wounded."
You certainly know that she's running and something hit him, but you, unless you want to spend some time like looking and peering into the mist, you definitely think that she saw something and is going. She is
a woman of action, not
She's
the
a woman
words.
of action. She is scared and she is getting your injured friend out, and he is glowing with sunlight coming out of his body in a way that is rough.
Darius will peer into the mist to see what's in there.
Okay. Make a
Darius
perception.
He's a curious man.
I get it. And why wouldn't he be? And why wouldn't he be, you know?
Perception. There we go. I got 14.
With a 14, you can feel there are 4 people moving in around you. You notice a bit of a glow, but it could just be a trick of moonlight. You know where they are, but you cannot see any features of them, so you don't know what it is you're up against.
Without knowing exactly what it is, Darius can still sense the danger of the situation. Obviously, he doesn't want to die before he meets Dracula. So Darius is also going to follow after Oksana and run.
Excellent. So you can, and in fact, because they're moving slow, if you wanted to, you could get a little ahead of them, or you could kind of just stay sort of with them, sort of keeping pace with them.
Darius will only go ever so slightly faster than Oksana.
So he'll just get a little ahead, but he's not going to like super outpace. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Anders Anderson, it is your turn. You've been moved a bit by Oksana. You can run ahead if you want, or you can just do whatever you want here on your turn.
Just want to go in the direction that we're already going, away from these bony looking angels.
Perfect. The bone-winged angels.
Does he still have the thing in him?
I suppose if you wanted to, you could try. Like, it's still in him. It's not like still. It's already dealt its damage. That's kind of more just, if you want to, you can like, brush it out of you, and there's a little tss on your hand, but you've already taken the damage. Or you can leave it in as like some kind of sick.
I think he's just trying to get away. I don't even think he's.
All right, so in that case,
reacting
Anderson, if you're running, you wind up moving even further ahead of Darius and Oksana. You're kind of outrunning them. Great. Okay, at this time, the bad guys behind you are going to. Oh, I love how they do this. Cormor, you are dodging.
Yes, quite right.
I gave you that. So
You did say that, yes.
I'm gonna say that everyone, all 4 of you, are gonna get a shot from these 4 individuals. Cormorant, yours is at disadvantage,
Quite delightful.
and that's a real bummer because I rolled a 13 and a 2. Although
I'm happy.
technically, actually no, since this one's the first one doing it, but you hear them like muttering to each other in sort of a strange language, almost as if they're like giving each other some kind of like celestial inspiration, assisting. But the first one does this to the other. So now, Oksana, a bolt comes towards you. That is not going to be good enough, friends. What is your armor class, Oksana?
15.
Okay, well, that really sucks because I rolled a 14.
No, that's great.
Even
That's
though
totally
I rolled a 4 on their and I rolled a 2 on their inspiration. Well, then I didn't. I was only at a 12. Never mind. Damn it. Anders Anderson, a shot comes for you as well.
Again? Damn.
Yeah, they're. It's like it seems like each one of them is targeting one. So the one that shot at him is shooting at him again. However, Anders Anderson, what is your armor class, Buster?
15.
15 also. Well, I have some good news for you. I just rolled a 14. So I should use different dice. I wanted to go get my angel dice. I have these beautiful gold.
Oh,
white
that's really
celestial
what you
dice.
wanted to do. It wasn't even about like functionality. It was just about
No, it's
aesthetic.
about aesthetic. Yeah.
5.
The final one comes for Darius CalmBlood. So far, no one's hit, which is statistically strange since you also have an armor class of 15. I would imagine I would check for you. I am sorry to say, I've rolled garbage on this. I rolled a 6 on the d20 and a 4 on the d4 that they get to add, and they have a +6 to hit. So sadly, Darius, as you're moving, one of these bolts of radiant light strikes you. One of these kind of, and it seems that they're like shooting. You see, it looks like they're like, they're arrows or crossbows. You're not exactly sure. You see this kind of like just strange light sort of going. You take you take 11 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
From this. Cormorant, is your turn.
I see. I just subtract that.
All right.
Current
So
HP.
yeah, subtract from your current, but and typically you guys actually get a very nice kind of regeneration, but these count as these will be preventing that kind of damage they're doing you. Cormorant, what do you got?
Yeah, so here's the thing. Something you might not know about Cormorant Steel is before he was a vampire, he had a strength of 7, a dexterity of 7, and a constitution of 4. So he's not one to stick around and duke it out quite right. So he's going to move in the direction his compatriots are going and move fast.
Understood. So you'll probably get up there with like where Anders is, maybe a little behind him.
I do hope so. I want to get as far away as I can, and
Okay.
you know.
So are you dashing?
I mean, I think I'm rather handsome, but yes, I will also.
Understood. So
move it.
you're going as quick as possible. I love it. So you guys are running. Oksana, it is your turn. Anders is now well ahead of you. Cormorant is a little behind him. Darius is a few feet ahead of you. They are sort of coming to you from behind.
Since Buster seems okay to handle himself, I will continue to run just as fast as I can.
Okay, so now you wind up a little ahead of them. You guys are also just charging ahead in a wonderful way. Darius, are you also just running?
Is the arrow still sticking out of me?
We'll say that one like passed through you or kind of
Okay.
fell off. Yeah.
Then yeah, I'm just gonna keep running.
Okay, so you just keep running. Anders. It is your turn.
I mean, we're just running here.
So running. And the
We're just
base is
running. We're just
It's
going.
like in Twilight.
Running.
We're on like those airport
All
things.
right. So,
The treadmill.
Yeah.
at the distance that you guys are covering, these creatures behind you, they're going to move up. Oh, these fuckers can fly really fast, can't they? All right. You all have a sense that the lights behind you are like moving like up. You're kind of seeing the glows above. So once again, you're all going to get one shot.
No.
Okay, that's gonna be like it. So, Cormorant, yours will be a hit.
No, I don't. I do not like that.
Oksana, yours will be a hit with a 21.
21 damage?
No, just this is what the rolls are to hit. Anderson, you know what?
He did?
I rolled a 14 on you, so you don't get hit.
Okay, all right.
Darius, CalmBlood. All
Let's
right.
see.
So I'm worried here because I did just roll a natural 20.
Oh no.
So that
Am
means
I
it's a
dead?
critical hit. Not only did I roll a nat 20, I rolled a 20 on the d20 and a 4 on the bonus that they give each other. So yours is going to be hard, but we will get to that in a moment. Cormorant,
Quite hard, yes.
Cormorant, you're going to take 13 points of radiant damage.
All right, there we go.
Oksana, you're going to take 12.
Okay.
Oh dear. Darius, you are going to take 19.
Okay.
As just what, and this one will say like it just tears. So as they're sort of shooting, like Oksana gets one to the side, and Cormorant, you guys are just being sort of diced apart by these things. Nevertheless, you're running as quick as you can, and you're sort of this is bad, and they're sort of coming after you. Darius, however, gets this just brutal shot like right through the sort of side. And if he needed his organs, he'd be in trouble. But instead, you guys, all he needs would be to drink some blood. But the fact that it's this searing thing, all 4 of you now have been hit at least once, and you are all like really sort of like you're all really sort of taking that this stuff. However, Anders, you've just had, I think I should have done this before, but we're just going to start it now. The good news for you is that you did not take any damage for these past couple turns, so you actually regain 10 hit points.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yes. So this is a good situation for you guys in that if you're able to avoid a lot of the damage, you might, you'll get some back after time. But as of now, only he hasn't taken any that last turn. Okay. But that is so now Cormorant, it is your turn. Are you just still rushing
Right, so
forward?
I look back. Does it seem like that we are outpacing these fuckers?
You do think that despite their sort of flight and their stuff, because it's so thick of canopy, all they were able to do is they are a little further back. You have outpaced them. What they really were doing there is staying in like the normal range of their weapons. Had they not come after you a bit, you would have been completely out of their way.
Well, in that case, I'm just going to keep sprinting in the direction we're all going.
I love it. All right. Now, okay, so with that ends the round, which means I need this to be so good. I just need to be so evil on this. I just need to be so bad.
No.
Don't kill me.
Don't like that. When he does this thing, when he's thinking, it's not good for us.
Well, it might, or it's very bad for him. It depends.
It's one or the other, and I don't know which one, and I don't like it.
All right.
He's mad.
Cormorant has rushed.
Yes.
Cormorant is currently the furthest up, I think.
Oksana's here, but I'm rushing ahead.
Cormorant's like kind of so Cormorant's just da-da-da-da-da. Oksana's there, so you guys are there. She's not the only Russian of the group. Cormorant,
Yes,
with you, and you only have 13 passive perception.
that's correct.
Cool. So a fun fact about horror surges is they always come in waves.
Of course, yes.
And as you guys run, the waves kind of just will appear wherever you're going to be. So Cormorant,
Right, I know this.
you're
Sure.
rushing, you're kind of like up at the front, you're doing this, and basically you see in like the darkness ahead of you, glow, 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 glow.
Oh shit.
And
I say oh shit out loud.
yeah, or actually, I'm so sorry, Oksana, you see this. Your Cormorant is up there, but now Oksana sort of, as you're sort of, Oksana, you run, you see that in your way there are like 4 more of these things are coming. So they're coming at you from behind, and they're coming forward.
Are there trees around us? Like tall trees?
There are trees, yes. And you guys all can climb at your normal speeds for whatever that is worth. That is good.
What type of trees? How much coverage are we looking at?
Roll a luck roll, which is a D13.
Oh, fuck off.
I will never fuck off. I'll stay here forever.
12.
12.
Ooh.
That's about as good as it can get. These trees provide there's a lot it's a lot of leafy greenery up at the top, a lot of cover for sure.
Okay, can I find the bushiest tree and spider climb up it just to like?
With a 12, you can find just like a thick overgrown tree straight out of the 1970s, and you can just get all tangled up in it. Absolutely.
Okay.
So
I will-
basically, you sort of see more ahead, and you're just like, and you start climbing up a tree, trying to like hide in a thing.
Yeah.
Oksana, I will say this is a real dick move for you, but technically you can turn into a bat, and they can't.
Can I do that right now?
Do it.
Well, yeah, you can.
Do it for the story.
And just to like, and I'll just cling onto the tree. I forgot I could do that at will. I thought I had to. Oh, I was gonna say I thought I had to be in danger.
No, you can just turn into a bat. So basically, yeah, you can. So basically, what you're doing is you're climbing up into the. Okay, yeah. In that case, make a stealth roll. But I'm gonna give you advantage because you're going into cover.
Nat 20, baby.
All right. So Oksana.
Oh, yes.
Here's what Oksana does. I'm not sure if this is what your plan was, but here's kind of what comes to you as you do this. So Oksana, seeing more ahead, and she's like run up forward, she's like, ugh, and seeing these like glows coming in corner, being like, oh shit. Oksana leaps towards the nearest tree and begins to climb up with that sort of like strange spider-like speed that you all have. Oksana, as soon as you are up into the branches and up into the stuff, you, for the probably first time or early on, you turn into a bat in such a way that and then you just like flutter over and you flutter into another tree. So even the angels who can sort of sense evil are momentarily like they have drawn off. They think you're in that tree crawling up and hiding. You have at this point, you are a bat in a different tree.
Mm-hmm.
You are hiding in a different tree, utterly unseen by any angel. Congratulations.
Thank you. And thank you for reminding me.
All right. If I roll a nat 20, that might change a bit here. But one angel, the angel ahead, like one will sort of step out of the shadows, and you see that these are sort of pulling blades that are beaming with light. This one sort of looks up towards Oksana, and though it rolls very high on its perception, this angel starts to like flutter up and is shining its beam into the tree and kind of like slashing at the tree and shaking it. Oksana, you're already another tree. Cool. I have much worse news for the others of you. Cormorant, you're sort of at the actually no, not necessarily for all. Cormorant, you're sort of furthest up, so one will be able to come for you. The other call that.
Bring it.
Oh, you. Fuck you. No, wait. Aha. 5 plus 4 plus 6 is 15 on the dot.
Well, fuck.
I'm very sorry. So this one, as it sort of
Well, shit.
wields its beam of light in your direction.
I've got a beam of light for you. Ha
It is going to deal you, oh my god, that's rough. Okay, yeah, it's gonna be 17 points of radiant damage.
Ah,
It's just,
shit.
like, carves against you, and Cormorant, you feel this, and it's uttering. Do any of you happen to speak the language Celestial? Whoa, Lauren, that was some gestures, all right.
It says all known in life.
Same.
No, Cormorant speaks common Latin.
Understood. I don't think Cormorant, you might catch the odd word of what they're saying, but for the most part, you're not feeling it. Okay, great, perfect, cool. Darn, I'm so
Wait.
sorry.
Wait, do we all know different languages? Or
I
we all
think for
just
the
know-
most part, you guys just know like English, but
Mine says all known in life.
yeah, that's what vampire. I just kind of copied that over from the
Okay.
other thing. Yeah, so we'll say in this moment, none of you speak. Okay,
Okay.
Darius CalmBlood, against you.
Shit.
I have rolled a natural 1, which means this angel sort of is like, we'll even sort of say that really this angel probably couldn't have reached. This angel like was up towards you and like it's like slashing it. We'll just say he kind of like overran or she just was kind of going in and just misses you as you were a little ahead. And
I'm gonna yell a critique about her form as she misses.
Sure. Anders Anderson, The last one will come for you. That is going to hit. Sorry, Anders. But the good news is you did get some healing back last time, so that's good. Okay, well, that's not so terrible. You are going to take 14 points of radiant damage as this thing sort of slashes at you, and you guys realize that you are being stalked by some kind of horrific hunting force. Horror is surging, but horror for a vampire is a dark divine judgment. Yet there is something about these angels that does not seem as angelic as you would mostly assume. Darius, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Could I do another perception roll?
Sure.
That's what? 24.
A 24 is pretty darn good. You sort of look around. What is it you're specifically looking for? Just any way out, any kind of path?
I was going to try to find a way out, but then also in relation to, I guess you said these angels might be something about them. I didn't get to even see what they are yet.
You now do. Now that they're coming up to you with swords, and one came for you. Oh, also Darius, give yourself 10 points back. Your regeneration. You were not hit with that, so that's good news.
Then I guess I'll look for a way out. Like how are we gonna get the hell out of this?
Understood. I would say with a 24, you do notice something. It would require some serious running and some maybe acrobatics or athletics or such things. But you do see a place that you think maybe the angels would not tread or would not be able to follow you as well. About 40, 50 feet away, you would jump into kind of like in the growth under a tree. You think there is something that kind of leads to some underground burrows.
I will, seeing this, I will share this info with, no, because then the angels will know. Is there a way I can communicate with my fellow vampires in a covert way?
I'll tell you what, make a performance roll.
Oh.
You're just gonna hiss.
Performance. 19.
A 19. So basically Darius hisses and looks in a direction. Are you going to run there as well?
Yes.
Okay. Then in order for you to sort of get to where you're going, you cannot jump into it this turn since you've kind of done some other stuff here. But you're going to run in that direction. Actually, yeah, no other roll is required. You're just taking off in a direction, and Cormorant and Anders at least have a sense of follow me this away from Darius as he's kind of gone up. Anders, it's your turn. You've just been slashed by this thing who's right in your face. You can disengage and run after Darius if you want, or you can fight back.
Describe where Darius was going.
Darius seems to be running towards a different tree than the one Oksana climbed. Oksana really did do a good job of climbing up into that tree, though. It was crazy.
She and Darius tend to bark up different trees.
Hey, now.
We'll get along one day.
I don't know. Darius hasn't seen Dahlia yet.
I think Anders is just going to keep running. He's going to run toward Darius, but he's not going to climb up a tree because he knows what happens when you climb up a tree.
All right, so
but he'll dash that same direction. But he's also going to be trying his hardest to communicate back to Dracula to save his people that are going to be loyal and honor him. He is wishing harder than he has ever wished and trying to communicate.
I love
with
that.
Dracula.
I love that so much. Okay, Anders. I'm also saying I'm sort of. I know that Zane and Moses not played as much D&D, so I'm sort of doing something here for you, which is sort of assuming that you're doing this as safe as way possible. You're using an action to disengage, kind of to get away from these people who are right slashing at you, and you're running. So you're running after Darius for sure. But I'm going to let you, kind of as I'm giving people bonus actions of this sort of stuff, I'm going to let you, reach out. This is not your absolute forte, but it's not the worst you could do. I want you to make a flat charisma roll, so you only add 1, but roll your die. Before you do this, if you'd like advantage on this roll,
I want advantage.
please roll a d6, my friend.
Always take the deal.
1.
Not bad.
Boom. Cool. All right. 1 from a deal. I'll take it. I'll take it anytime I can get it. Oh, by the way, everyone, just do remember that if you're ever rolling natural 13s, you have to tell me. Cool.
So what'd you say? Charisma, just add 1? Yeah.
Yeah, so roll at advantage, roll 2 d20s, use the higher, add 1 as you reach out for Dracula.
It's a 7.
A 7. You're Dracula, please. So, your intensity is not there, but I'm giving you one last possible out here or possible disaster. Please roll a d13.
Wow.
For though your will may not be strong enough to get through to the master, perhaps he already has spies in the area. What did you roll? But sadly, Dracula will forsake you. He's too busy having sex with his new brides. Blah. And then sending a really taunting text message to Everett about it. Ha! Bet you wish you were this. Bet you wish you were this bitch. Okay. Cool. So Anders, you run, you call out for Dracula's help. What a great idea, but the dice did not want you to have it. I'm so sorry. At this point, the angels who are following behind you are going to take some long distance shots at you guys. Those who they can still see. Darius, that will not help you. That will not hit you, rather. Anders, that will not hit you. Cormorant, not hit you either. So just
Excellent.
They're sort of, you guys have kind of moved ahead. Oksana, no one knows where you are. A bolt might go flying up there just in case, but you're not even.
Have I regained hit points?
At the start of your next turn, you will.
Okay, thank you.
But for now, it is Cormorant's turn.
So I assume that last damage I took counted as radiant as well.
Oh yes, it's all radiant. It's glowing like
Great.
the metal on the edge of a knife.
And did the person shoot me or did they stab me?
They cut you. This was swords, so you do have to disengage if you're going to run after Darius and Anders wherever they're going.
I shall do that.
Okay.
Can I also try to reach out to Dracula?
Wow. You can give it a shot. Make a charisma roll. You can't. I'm not going to let you also buy the fun, but yeah, you can.
That's fair. I think that's
you saw
quite right.
Anders trying to do it, perhaps, so you can give it a shot.
All good and fair.
This is a situation of you can try as well. The DC is kind of going up and such, but yeah.
Well, shit, that won't do it. That's a 3 on the die. So no.
Basically, you're just like, Dracula, hey, Dracula. Okay.
Can I use? No, never mind.
Go ahead and say
Oksana, my dear. You
yes.
are a bat in a tree. You see your 3 friends running towards a different tree. There are angels all over the place moving towards them. Regain 10 hit points. What would you like to do? I will mention that given how well hidden you are, and given how small and maybe unexpected of what you are, if your plan is to simply escape as a bat and leave them.
How far do I feel that I am from other vampires?
Other than them.
Yeah.
You're not
Do we
sure.
have a...
You don't feel other vampires the way you're feeling this pull from, like, Daddy Vampire.
I will just head toward Daddy Vampire as a bat.
Perfect. All right. Make a... in that case, I'm actually going to have you do a different roll. I'll have you do... I'm not going to have you stealth because you're hidden and you're up there. But go ahead and do a survival. No, I'll be charitable. Make it investigation. We'll say that you can use less of the sort of the... We'll let you use your intelligence to figure out the direction.
Thank you. She is very smart.
She's smart.
It is okay. 12. So 17.
17. You begin to sort of flutter from trees to tree, trying to stay away from from the angels. And his mom goes to Daddy Vampire. All right, Oksana. The other angels are going to rush in on you guys. So this will be a dark time, because basically one of them is still looking for Oksana, but there's other... There's a dark day. There's 3 more angels come up to you, but if you guys can survive these hits, you will be able to maybe try to squeeze through that hole. What you really don't want is for the first one of you to not be able to get in the hole, and then everybody else is jammed up behind the hole, you know. And that's, speaking of orgies. Okay, so, Cormorant, roll 1. Cormorant, this is your lucky day. I've rolled a 4 and a d20 and a 1 on the d4, and they have a +6. So it's
Fantastic!
a slash comes towards you, but you manage to make it. Sort of, you duck preemptively and take no...
As the new Latins would say, molto bene.
Molto bene. Darius, coming for you. How many hit points you got right now?
I don't get any new ones right now, right?
You don't, because you got hit last time.
Then I'm at 23.
You really would like to not be hit.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're hit here because I roll it's a 27 to hit you. So you're gonna take some damage. I'm very sorry, but you might not take 23 damage. If I roll low, you'll be okay. I roll pretty low.
Okay.
You take 18 points of damage.
I live.
As this thing sort of slashes against you, and you are like just smoke is pouring off your body, but you are the one who saw where you're trying to get them to run. Your incredible sort of senses, you were like, in there, go in the hole, and you are sort of you're in dire straits, but you're still alive. Anders Anderson, one's coming for you. How many hit points you got?
19.
Don't die, man.
Okay, they have a +6 to hit. I rolled a 6 on the die, which is 12. And on the d4, I rolled a fucking 2, which is a 14.
14 is Zane's lucky number tonight.
That's right, baby.
The blade just slices right past you. Unable to hit you. And that ends their turn. Darius, it is your turn. So if you want to dive through the hole, you may do so.
I am.
I would like for you to make an acrobatics roll to sort of leap into it and kind of just like climb through and dive down into whatever sort of tunnel-like space you're into. I like how we made all the characters and haven't even made it. A 19. Darius jumps forward kind of into this and begins to go in, and he like definitely stops, but he twists, and as you guys are running up, and Anders and Cormorant, you now understand what he's doing. He's going there. You look back at these angels, and though they're sort of small, like their wings would probably prevent them from going down here. You have no idea if there actually is space under here, but you do see that Darius, he's not moving immediately, but like his feet are already like going out of the way. So you do think you could try to follow him, but it's going to be a very tight squeeze.
Darius lives.
Anders, it is your turn. Do you want to follow?
Oh, I'm following.
Understood. Please make an acrobatics roll.
Maybe. Dirty 20.
The dirty 20, that was there's a success threshold and then a good threshold. Basically, Anders, you're like, oh, okay, got it. And for whatever reason, Anders, you're good at kind of just slipping into things. Anders, you kind of like do like a dive and just, Cormorant, you see him like basically like squiggle in there, his feet kind of, kicking whatever. You manage to, you're crawling your way down. Did you take damage last turn, Anders? I think you might have.
Well, I mean...
But missed.
Well, this round... Oh, I don't
Since
remember.
your last turn, did you take any damage? I think you did. So next turn, you'll get a thing if you don't take any in this next round. Okay, cool. But Anders is through. Okay, Cormorant, you see the plan. You're like, well, Oksana's probably dead up a tree. Oh, well. But these two were down. And you're like, here we go. I get to go through. I'm going to make a thing. The really rough thing for you, Cormorant, how many hit points do you have?
I have 13 hit points. It's my turn now.
No, it's the angels, the following
Shit.
angels. So, and
Yeah.
they're a little closer now. But to make this sporting, I'm going to give all the following angels disadvantage on this shot. I'm also going to give you partial cover.
All right,
Okay,
so it's
so you're-
sporting enough.
Your armor class is presently partial cover is what, +2 to AC?
I believe so, yes. It's half
so
cover plus
your
2,
armor
yes.
class is 17. They still are inspiring each other with their gross, celestial.
Yes, they're fucking disgusting bastards. Yes, I understand.
$16 is the first
At disadvantage?
at disadvantage.
Oh, shit.
No, you have a +2 to your AC at 17 right now.
Oh, right, yes, that's correct. Yes, I totally forgot. Yes, that's a miss.
So
Fuck.
1 of 4 is a miss. You're getting 4 shots because you're the only target.
Yes, I'm quite aware. These bastards left me out of the hole.
Okay, this one is definitely a hit because it's 11 + 6 + 4, so that's 21. All right, but these don't hit quite as hard as the others. Okay, that's pretty bad. That's 12.
Yes, that'll miss.
No. They hit. They rolled a 21 on you and
Oh,
did you 12
I have 1
damage.
hit point left.
All right, so 2 more for Cormorant. Dan's the one who rolled the 3 13s at the beginning, so if he's out, it kind of makes sense. Miss, 15. So Cormorant, we're actually Cormorant. Just to make this rough, I want you, while I'm doing this, make your acrobatics roll to even get through.
Which D20 do I want to use?
This Cormorant's like leaping forward to try to go. The last of these angels at too far of a range is firing their sort of bolt of heavenly light.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's a 19 on the die. So if I don't get hit, I'm in.
Like a 22.
Fuck.
No,
Oh, no, it's
like
22 total. Yeah,
22
yeah, yeah.
for you. Okay, so one of my dice is a natural 20.
What's the other one?
They're rolling disadvantage, and the D4 is a 4. So with their +6 to hit, you need me to roll a 6 or lower on the D20. The other D20.
Sounds like sporting odds, yes.
I rolled a 3.
Yes! Let's go, baby.
So Cormorant
Cormorant
manages
Steel
to
is hot.
leap in there, crawling after them, and sure enough, Darius, you basically have gotten down. We'll get to you in a moment. So Cormorant does that. Oksana, you are flying away. Need to do one last thing. Great. Okay, cool. We're only gonna do a thing of this. Okay, so Darius, it comes to you. You're crawling your way through, but unfortunately, there's always 13 in a wave, so it's 4, 4, then 5 of these things. And though this one's going to be a little bit different than the others, there's not direct attacks. Each of you on your turn, as you're crawling, the 5 other angels who have manifested further along towards you, they aren't there, you're under the ground. But Darius, you do feel this like sudden shifting above you, and a sharp beam of light stabs down. A sword made of pure light stabs down near you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. As swords are just like being stuck in this as you're trying to dig deeper and deeper.
So I'm rolling for.
It's called
dexterity?
There's this thing called saving throws. It's in kind of columns E, F, G, and H, and yours is the dexterity. So you're gonna roll your D20 and add your +6 to the modifier. This one right there, yeah.
I got 25.
With a 25, you easily kind of duck out of the way. Also, give yourself 10 hit points back. So you manage to survive those things as you sort of just keep crawling down. But you're at this point, you guys are probably digging into earth, just trying to go lower. Anders, same thing for you, my friend.
What'd you say, dexterity saving throw?
Dexterity saving throw. In addition, give yourself 10 back because you didn't get hit last time.
That is 19, 25. Hey, it's 25 night.
It's a 25 kind of night. Also, yeah, so you also dig deeper. Cormorant, you have 1 hit point. You don't get any back. Cormorant is in behind them there, and it's kind of like very dramatic. So it's like Darius and as they're going lower, there's like the things are just relentless. These damn evil angels. Darius is like found a way and kind of looking back, and you see Anders also doing it. And both of you, like right when you're sort of about to like fall deeper down, kind of climb deeper. But at this point, you're just happy to tumble. You both look back as Cormorant is sort of like just the smoke falling off his body from all this radiant damage he's taking as he's just like inching forward. Oh, Cormorant, make your dexterity saving throw.
You got it, bro.
Fuck! That's a 2 on the die for
Oh.
8 total.
You guys look back as Cormorant moves, and one more of these things goes, and Cormorant kind of sees it coming and moves aside and locks eyes with you. Cormorant, do you say anything to them as you think you're about to make it?
We've made it!
And then you both watch as a blade of pure light pierces straight down through the top of Cormorant's head. His skull is almost like a jack-o'-lantern for a moment as the light is shining out of his eyes, out of his mouth, out of his nostrils. And then, as he's reduced to 0 hit points from this, isn't always a rule, but we'll make it this, his body begins to turn purely to ash. Anders and Darius, as you look back, Cormorant says, "We'll make it."
Seeing all this, Darius is just gonna slowly mouth, "Beautiful." He's just in awe of the
You're in
beautiful
awe
way
of
to
the
go.
beauty, and then Darius, the sort of dirt above sort of caves in, and you see one of these angels, this sunken face, looking down, kind of stabbing down, seeing they got one, and then the eyes snap up to the two of you as Darius and Anders, you both fall deeper into the darkness. And that is where we'll leave this part of the story.
Woo!
Sorry, Cormorant Steel.
R.I.P.
And yet at the same time, it's always very poetic when Dan rolls all the 13s that triggers
Yeah.
them.
And dies.
Yep.
Oh, sad things.
Karma.
Parma rinse steel.
That was a good one.
Da-da.
I feel like
It's a god.
whenever we're in these moments, I think of when you play Telltale games like The Walking Dead, X character will remember this. I just thought Anders and Darius will remember this.
Oh, I think you guys
Oh, yeah.
remember that. So,
Next time they see Asana.
with that in mind, I need for everyone to flip over to their brand new sheets and change their names to some brand new characters. We probably won't do too much with this, but we'll do a bit. I think tonight's episode will no longer be titled Behind the Horror, though, because the bulk of the runtime wound up to being what I just was bringing up to be 5 minutes to let me build those characters, and instead it was a full 5e fight. Oh well. With that, my dear friend.
Wait, during all of that, you were building these?
No, I wasn't, because it turned into combat.
Oh.
The way this works, though, we are gonna take a brief moment of. This is kind of these you kind of can build. You'll notice that for these things you have various aspects. You have psyche, endurance, strength, and warfare. This is all based on something called the Amber Diceless role-playing system from a game from a long time ago. I adjusted it slightly. So the point is, though, for these stats, what I need you guys to do is choose. It's the higher the number, the better it is. But for each of these stats, you guys are going to put a number. You have 4 numbers. You're going to put them in all the stats. So, you can only put one number in a stat. The numbers you get are 6, 8, 10, and 13. So the thing you think your character is best at, you want to be a 13. The thing they're worst at is a 6. The things they're kind of decent at are an 8 and a 10. You get one of those in each of these things. In addition, you should understand psyche is about brain stuff. Endurance is, you probably understand roughly what they mean. Warfare, though, yes, it can be fighting, but it can also be arguing. It can also be sizing people up. Warfare is anything sort of fully more kind of competitive. Whereas strength is
Question.
going to be more. Yes, go ahead.
Since this is reality TV, the producer is the one trying to make the drama, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Try to make the drama. Okay, so yeah. Okay, perfect. So would you like to tell us where you put your stats, Lauren, for example?
I have put the 13 in psyche, 10 in warfare, because that's always the goal
Absolutely.
in reality TV, 8 in endurance, and 6 in strength.
Perfect.
Right?
Makes total sense.
8 and 6?
8 and
Okay.
6, yes. 13, 10, 8, 6. That's what you do. It was usually 6, 8, 10, 12, but I bumped to 13 because, of course, I did. Oh, you all also get, to start with, sorry, let me look at this, I think. You also all start with 13 power, so I should have put that in, sorry. I'll put that in all your sheets for you if you don't need me to.
I'll do it.
Cool. All right. So, again, this is a diceless system. Dan and Lauren have done this. This is we'll get into this if we ever need these. You guys also will get some like specific things, but we'll maybe build those more slowly. But the point is, we, as you sort of continue thinking about these characters, all you really know about them is what job they have, and now you're giving their aspect some kind of relative strengths and things. But we're going to sort of turn away from this to find a van, like a passenger van, driving through the mists elsewhere. There is a driver at the front, whatever the Dreadlands equivalent of a teamster would be. She is very taciturn and quiet. You can just call her driver. But she sort of stops and kind of turns back and goes, "Yeah, this mist is just too much for me to drive through here. I can't even. I couldn't even see I couldn't even see my own tit in front of me if I was walking through this, you know."
Okay, but I'm sure you understand that we have deadlines that we have to meet, so we've got to.
I mean, well,
get where we're going.
unless you want to make, and I know you're under a lot of pressure here, but unless you want to make a documentary about the horrors of us getting stuck at the bottom of a ditch, I think we gotta hold off here.
I mean, you know what? That would have potential. So why don't we just keep going? I mean, I'm sure you can do this, right? I mean, you've met up with, challenges and stuff as a driver in the industry. I'm sure you faced other challenges similar to this, so I'm sure you can keep going.
Yeah, all right. It's just, I mean, I can certainly do it. I'm just saying, if anything bad happens, this is on you, ma'am.
We've got insurance. It's fine.
That's fair. Okay. So sound, camera, and our PA in the group. You all hear your producer sort of telling the driver to continue through these conditions. Your producer has a psyche score higher than that of this driver. So the producer's basically winning this argument. So the driver's like, "Yeah, okay, fine." So she begins to drive. Lauren, would you please make a luck roll with your D13?
Oh no. What did I do? 10.
Fortunately, though there are a few kind of frightening moments as you guys are looking out. What stats does our camera person have, by the way?
It was kind of arbitrary, but because I
You have no
I
idea
don't know
what's going on.
Yeah, I don't really know what's going on.
No one
But
does.
I put warfare 13. I put endurance 10, strength 8, and psyche 6.
Love it. So our camera guy, you're kind of hearing this argument, but you're in your sort of, we'll sort of say that the warfare is you're always kind of looking out. Your eyes are watching what you can. Situational awareness and endurance to hold cameras. It makes sense. As you're sort of glancing out the windows, we'll say that you were the first to notice some lights ahead of you in the distance.
Hey, see those fucking lights over there? Hey, there's fucking lights over there. Lights, camera, action. Come on, look at it.
You're always ready to go, aren't you?
What is that shit?
You want me to drive towards it, or
I don't fucking know. Does it look dangerous?
I mean, I can't really tell at this distance. We could get close, but then it might be, a problem. But I mean, most people don't mess with us when we're out here. We're just doing our jobs.
Mm-hmm.
But also, it's been kind of crazy. I mean, it's the whole reason that you got this show greenlit.
I mean, let's fucking check it out. I'll film it. It doesn't even matter, right?
All right, fine. So it kind of begins going.
And she'll at him and say, "That's the spirit. I love how you're such a go-getter."
I'll fucking film anything. I don't give a shit.
I know you will.
As you guys carry on, What stats do you have, Moses, for our PA?
Psyche 8, Endurance 6, Strength 13, Warfare 10.
You have to carry a lot as a PA.
But I'm
Literally
also
have to carry
lazy.
a lot. But also lazy. I get it. Yeah, I like endurance low and strength high. That's fun. It's like, can I carry this up the stairs? Yes.
Yes.
Will I do it for a while? No.
I'm on my union break.
I'll say with your warfare and your strength, though, as you're sort of glancing out, with a high strength, I think sometimes you also recognize strength in others. So as you sort of look out there, I'd love for you to roll a d20, and if you roll anything higher than a 13, I'm going to ask you to re-roll until you roll a 13 or lower. This is our
18,
18, re-roll.
16,
16,
Oh.
re-roll.
14,
These are great rolls. Oh man, in D&D this would be great.
1.
1.
1.
Perfect.
No.
All right. Up ahead. What you notice, maybe because of your strength, not so much your warfare, but your physicality, you recognize the difficulty that would have been had in building a place such as this. Ahead of you, you see there is a rough fortress outpost. It seems to be a kind of like roughly built of timber, some stone, but it is not like it's not a modern building, and it is so basically you know that you're in kind of like a period area. So you can report to them that there's like an old-fashioned fort ahead of you.
I'm going to begin to mouth the sentence, but be like, I'm currently very comfy reading my magazine. It's like,
Oh my god, you're reading a magazine? You're reading a magazine?
yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
the magazine in question. You know what? Roll a d20. This will be an evens
Okay.
out situation for me.
4.
You're reading an issue of Double Double Oil and Bubble. It's a bikini magazine. It's a pretty good one. This might be relevant.
I'm reading it for the articles, of course.
Yeah, Double Double Oil and Bubble really does have some good. Okay, so basically that's fun because I like that you're the first one who sees it's an old-fashioned fort, as the rest of you are like trying to figure out what's going on. Sound will sort of cut over to you now as you're sort of maybe peering out the window or not. What did you put your stats in for us, dear Sound Man?
Yeah, I got a 13 in Psyche, 10 in Endurance, 8 in Strength, and 6 in Warfare.
So you just straight down the love it. I think that it kind of notice later from a position, but you certainly see this, and I will say that with your high psyche, the first thing that you think about this is that sometimes places like this can be very echoey. Sound can be really rough to get in these old buildings.
Yeah. Hey, Prod.
What?
Might not be the best location for sound.
Okay, but that's exactly what you're here for, isn't it? I think you can do it. That's why we hired you, isn't it?
Sam, I got the equipment I got.
Okay.
I
You're
can't.
gonna make it work though, right? Because that's what you do.
I'll get you what I'm gonna get you.
You're gonna make it work. Okay?
Right.
It's gonna be great.
That's fun. Guys, I'm just doing some random rolling so you guys worry about me. Perfect. As you're sort of pulling up, you all hear a tremendous like sounds of like battle and a darkness ahead, and a massive form lands in the middle of the road ahead of you.
That's
Your driver slams on the brakes, and she is good at this. She manages to stop in time.
Can I hit camera?
Of course.
I'm fucking on it. I'm on it.
Hey, be sure to pull in. Here, do you need it? Here, lean over if you have to, and she'll like pull him over to make sure he can get the shot.
Camera, you sort of get the shot. What you see, camera, given your things, there's no roll for this. This is what you're good at. You manage to sort of focus through, just kind of find the right f-stop, or the f-stop, as people in the industry call it, and you focus, manage exposure, and you see before you a massive, bull-headed monster. Some kind of minotaur-like thing. But it is riddled with arrows. And it even has a few, smell like knives stuck in it. And it also looks like maybe one of its arms was fully blown off by something. You did hear kind of some strange sounds of explosions. It's kind of illuminated in the bright lights of the pass van, of the transpo van.
Yeah, this is fucking epic.
Okay, just stay steady.
Your camera then kind of just instinctively, you can feel movement at the edge of frame. You tilt up as you see these little bodies stepping into the range here. They're wearing hoods. They're wearing masks, doll-like and creepy. Small children. Many are bearing weapons. The lady says, "Oh, okay, well that's something there. Okay, you got the footage? Should I be getting the hell out of here? Because they don't look like, I don't think, is this really what we're here to sort of film?"
Do we know what we're here to film?
Good point. I will say,
She's all about getting B-real and everything, but...
the producer, we're going to cut back to a conversation that you had a little while ago. Okay?
Oh, no.
One of the station managers sat down with you and sort of said, she sat and said, "All right, so look, you've been doing wonderful work so far. I mean,
Thank you.
Absolutely bang up. But I was talking to the station director, and
Okay.
it sounds like we need some new programming. We want to be sort of documenting. A lot of stuff's changing out there. Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Much of what we've been doing up to this point has been fun, but I need you out there with a crew. I want you to go to where the action is, wherever it is, as long as it's entertaining, as long as we can put sex into it, or violence, or debauchery.
Okay, well...
we need to turn the volume up because so much is going on. We need to capture what's going on, but not in just kind of a morose sort of way, Let me be honest, some of your recent work, it's been a little dull.
Okay, aside from the fact that you just lauded me for my work, saying that I'm doing a great job,
I think
I'll
by
take
now
everything
you
with a
know
grain
that
of
when
salt,
somebody
but-
compliments you, they're really about to tell you how you're
the
feeling.
compliment sandwich. Now, are you going to give me the other end of the sandwich?
No, it's an open face sandwich. I shouldn't even be having this many carbs. Please.
Okay. Fine.
Also, I
Fine.
smoke because it's appropriate for this character. Listen.
Okay.
We need something with some flash, okay? Get out there.
If you want flash, I can give you flash. I can give you drama. I can give you sex. I can give you whatever the director is looking for. Where do they want this to take place? I need...
It just needs to be something we haven't really seen before, and it needs to be compelling. So I know you are capable of manipulating people to get good stuff. It's just recently you're not really doing that as interesting of ways. I need you to come up with something. Just contrive something good. Find some terrible things out there. Try not to get you and your crew killed. But let's just...
Do we have insurance to cover the crew? Just in case. I might have to take some risks.
You should tell them we do, but we of course do not, okay?
Okay.
Crews are disposable.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay.
Okay.
I will see what I can do. I'll listen to the radio, see if there's something I can follow. All right. So
That
thank you for your
sounds
input.
Just, but whenever there's mist, that's what you should be following, okay?
Is she familiar with the mist?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh, so we're from here.
Oh yes.
Okay. And okay.
You get it.
Right.
And this is interesting because I've actually other characters have been given names, such as Kate Lightfoot of WDRD. You do work for WDRD.
Oh.
W Dread. Come on. I'll also mention that at this point, you actually hear Kate Lightfoot like walking down a hallway, and you hear this other voice sort of walking with her, saying, "I'm not sure what that even means there." And she says, "That was just this show called, this was a show called Marion Carrion." "What's Carrion? What is that? Is that Carrion? Is that what that? I don't know what Carrion is." "That's fine. We've got to find something for you to do, because something about you is very interesting. It's probably because I'm a diver. It's because I dive. I dive. A lot of things been happening."
Are they having a casting or something?
No,
Is
that's some girl that Kate found in a dreadstorm recently. And no, that's some girl that Kate found in a dreadstorm recently, and I don't know if she's trying to fuck her or what, but she's kind of taken her under her wing.
You know what? Maybe I will chase the dreadstorms.
I think dreadstorms are always a good thing, and just at least mist.
Yeah.
Go after a dreadstorm, go after mist.
Okay.
We've been hearing about the dreadstorms. There have been a lot of different stuff's been happening. The point is,
Well, yeah. Didn't you want mist, drama, danger? I'll go find it. It's fine. Thank
Whatever
you.
it is,
Okay.
It's gotta be good. Okay. So anyway.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So flashback. So you guys are out there. There's tons of these creepy children ringing the machinery here.
Hey, roll down the window. Sound. Roll down the window if you have to get the boom out.
The orphans at this point, all of you kind of like, everyone who has I'm gonna call it this, everyone who has a psyche that is not 13 gasps as suddenly these creepy little like tiny little hands and creepy masks are like right up at the thing, and like one little kid is just like scraping a knife like down the thing. You do that, and she in response, she holds her knife up to her lips and then does like a throat slitting gesture.
She's gonna like force camera to like record that.
Mm-hmm. And the driver's like, "Oh, okay, this
Okay,
this is really bad here, honey. I don't like."
Okay, drive if you want, but I need you to be.
I can't drive. There's a thing in front of us. Can I back up? Is that okay?
Do whatever you have to do. We'll do some ADR sound. It's fine.
One of the doors at like kind of the door of the van, the side door, you just hear knock, 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 knock.
Camera pan. We're gonna fucking open it or what?
No, we are not going to open it.
It could be fucking good.
I'm here.
Me to open it.
You know what, PA? I think that would be a fantastic opportunity.
So my character is lazy for everyone except producer.
I mean,
He always does what producer says.
that's who you want to keep happy.
It's like, yes, ma'am. I'm gonna run to the door.
You just kind of lean over and slide it open, and there's a creepy little kid at the door. He's his mask just looks like a standard like doll mask. It's a little cracked. He moves a hand back, and then he says in a little voice, just goes, "Are any of you magical?"
Ma'am, what? How do I answer that?
Are you magical?
Are you magical?
It sounds like you're looking for someone who's magical. Is that something that you like? People who are magical?
I like people who just tell me the truth or give me candy, but not candy that's been poisoned, like because
You know what? I think we do have candy. Right,
candy.
PA. Yeah, we have some candy. Do we have candy?
Uh,
Roll for candy.
Make a
looking
luck
at-
roll. Lauren, make a D13 luck roll.
9.
As it happens, you have. I mean, yeah, you got some crafty. Sure, you got some candy.
Okay. And I'll take it from the PA and say, well, I do have some candy here, but why don't you tell me why you're looking for magical people?
To end them,
Oh,
that's what we have to do.
my goodness, you seem very brave and strong to be able to end people. Do you kill many people around here?
Monsters mainly, and sometimes wizards and witches, and sometimes people who use magic. Even
Oh my goodness. Yes, that sounds like something that must be very tiring. How do you feel about doing those things?
what?
Well, how do you feel about killing monsters and sometimes people?
I don't want magic to murder me and my friends,
Oh, so you must be very scared. Why are you scared?
because magic killed my parents.
Oh my goodness. Why don't you tell me about your parents?
Magic killed them, and it was and they died, and now I'm an orphan. But it's okay because I have my other friends whose parents also got murdered by magic.
Okay, you are doing such a great job, sweetie. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of candy here, and I want you to think about your parents real hard. Does it make you really sad?
Are you trying to? Are you trying to do magic on me?
No, not at all.
This is just movie magic, baby.
She'll like punch his leg.
He seems very nervous. He just said movie magic. Movie magic. So you do magic. He sort of nods, and you hear like thunk 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 thunk. Oh shit! The overlay is fucked. God damn it! Hold on.
Oh.
Every time, everything's just the worst. Okay. It's because I'm opening all these different windows, and some stuff gets dragged. Fucking shit.
There's
Sorry.
no, we don't do magic. We just sometimes, in these lands, you have to pretend that you do.
No, you don't.
Sometimes-
That's really gross and bad to do. Were you some kind of like actual liar?
Oh wow.
Do you guys do?
You must
magic?
be really truthful, huh? And she'll hand him another piece of candy. Him? Her?
Him. He looks at it. You
It's
also,
direct
like,
from craft services.
You're hearing little like footsteps on the roof overhead.
Do you have friends here?
Yeah, you guys need to come to the fort.
Where's the fort?
Over there. He points at like the fort that you guys were driving up towards. And
Oh,
you
you know
definitely
what?
get a sense of duh, lady.
That is exactly where we were heading, except this big thing is in our way. How would you suppose that we would move this big thing in our way so we can get there? Great Pan.
You should just walk.
Oh, okay. So we can't take our car?
It's car magic?
No.
I think it might be. I think you're lying to me.
No.
I've never
That's
seen
a
a car
combustion
magic.
engine. No,
Yeah,
it's science.
Yeah. Sometimes when we don't understand things, they feel like magic.
Is science okay? He says to one another little kid, goes, yeah, science is that one thing that's okay. Princess Batara likes science. She said so. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Who is Princess Batar?
Kind of like a shrug of like, Princess Batara is the boss.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. We are not from around here, but I would love it if you would tell us more about Princess Batar.
You,
Just look right here.
no.
She'll point to the lens.
He kind of turns to the lens, his creepy little face.
Here's some more candy.
Oh, my candy.
Puts it in a pocket. Come to the fort.
Okay, we're gonna go with you. We just drive up there with our science car?
Looks over at another kid. She sort of looks in. Her mask is carved to look like a baby doll, and she just kind of nods. And he goes, "Yes, you can drive your science to the fort."
Okay, thank you. We'll talk to you later, okay? Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. And she'll close the door and be like, "Ugh, I fucking hate kids. Let's go."
It's fucking weird.
Yeah, kids are creepy. I don't like working with them. Them and animals. Ugh. Just driver. Thank you. And try not to run any of them over. We don't need any more bad press.
Yeah, all right. Well, it's like I'm gonna have to try to get it. So basically, the driver, it takes her a minute, but she managed to like get around the thing and start driving you guys towards there. The kids have already like and just like move very quickly. But you get up towards this place. There's kind of a spot to park in front of it. I'm gonna say evens. This is one you've been to before, and odds. This will be the Okay, it's odds. So I'm going to say, what's the name of this outpost? They're always kind of like quaint. This will be Earthworm Outpost.
Love this name.
As you guys sort of unload from it, there's a bunch of just creepy kids. They've opened the doors. The little one is standing there still holding the candy.
Thank you so much. You're so helpful.
Just know that if you bring magic in here, we're gonna murder you, and you go in because we kill all sorts of stuff. So if you bring
magic fucking
here,
sucks, kid.
we're gonna kill you guys if you bring.
Okay. Wow. We have lots of trauma that we can record here. Goodness, you guys are doing such a great job. Okay, let's unload. Get in the building now.
They sort of open the doors as you pass. However, PA, the kids all gasp. And like they just like immediately, PA, you were like swarmed by a bunch of these kids. Now they are very frightening, and your psyche is your psyche is not your lowest thing, but it's not your highest. So this is unsettling. But the kids are just moving up to you and saying, "Is it true? Do you know them? Do you know them?" And the little girl in the baby mask goes, "Do you really? Oh, you know what? Will she save us?"
Guys, what is going on here?
Keep going. And she's pushing camera and sound to like...
The kids are like not moving at all. They have stopped your PA.
Do I know these guys or there's someone else?
What they seem to be pointing to is your issue of double oil and bubble.
Oh, that's I don't know them per se. I know of them, but I don't know them.
You have the favor. Do you have? And then the little boy in charge just walks up and goes, "Do you have the favor of the sacred bikini girls?"
Leaning in close to the little kid looking around, I'm gonna say, yes, obviously. I'm like the coolest guy on the planet. I'm glad you kids can tell.
The little boy looks and says, "Put this one in the finest chamber. The others to the interrogation room."
You know, we do actually need to all stick together because we are a family.
These are my minions.
We're a family. PA.
Who do you kids believe?
I only believe you because you have the blessing of the sacred bikini girls, but I still think these might be shape-shifting magic users.
Oh no, they're not shapeshifters. These are my loyal minions who are definitely going to pay me a lot of overtime when this is done.
We'll see if you ever work in this town again.
We'll see if you make it out.
The kids all just sort of stand there, and like the little baby doll masked little girl puts a hand on yours, PA, and says, "Okay, yeah, baby, you have the favor of her, and that's really nice. But we still, you come with me." And she takes your hand and starts leading you off. We have to make sure they're safe.
Oh, no, trust me, they're safe. They're safe.
They could.
Look at them.
Unfortunately, with your 8 psyche, this little girl does sort of lead. She kind of just isn't buying this, and she leads you off. The rest of you go kind of like he starts going up like a nice kind of like, or not nice, but like he's going up some like steps towards somewhere. The rest of you, still rolling, still recording, head off in another direction.
I'll see you guys soon.
And I don't know, camera, sound, anything you guys would like to add at this time as you're heading in.
Me and Sound Guy are cool.
Fucking PA is always fucking so lazy and shit. We get
He was a nepotism hire, so I'm sure. So
I was doing it like when I was a PA.
Sound. What the fuck are you eating, man?
Oh, gum. You ever heard of it?
Bro, it's like that's so much fucking gum in your mouth. Like you're gonna choke on that shit.
As you guys are walking, one kid is just like, one time a kid I knew ate gum, and then he swallowed it, and they said it would take 7 years before he pooped it.
that's true.
Wow. Any case, as you guys are led to interrogation, as the PA is led to the finest room, as we've checked in with a new crew, this is where we will be ending tonight's episode. A very eventful one in a lot of different ways. So because of 3 13s from Dan, here is what happened. We started a brand new thread, most unnecessarily. We also had the vampires who used to work for Hopfen get scattered by a kind of angel who we do not know what their deal is, but these angels have actually been around in the possibilities of this game since the very beginning. Are they connected to Etienne?
Who knows?
Is Etienne going to meet Dracula and therefore angel and vampire? We do recall that Etienne had a weird fight with Hopfen at Dahlia's play very early in the game. There was a weird angel vampire vibe. So I'm very excited to see where this goes. That being said, next week's game is a bit of a question mark. We're going to be down a couple of players, maybe so many that we're just going to cancel it. Or maybe based on what's around, we'll do some smaller thing. I don't know. So hopefully we'll play next week, but we might have to take it off. But whether it's next week or in 2 weeks, it's going to be very exciting to see where all of these open threads go in this crazy game. When people finally start making it to Darkmoor. I'm so excited. In addition, we have some other things to discuss. Such as, do we have any people to thank and
We do.
and such?
This evening started very exciting with so someone named Steinbergler has been subscribed for 26 months.
Stalker.
What a dumb bitch.
26?
26.
Yeah.
Wait, my 13 should have counted. That's a multiple of 13. I had so many.
Add him to the clock.
Well,
I had 2, but I am
Yeah,
out.
so-
Sophia, go watch the game again and tell us how many Philip had.
I wasn't always saying him because it wasn't my thing. I know I had 2. I might have had more, but I am taking the clock to 11.
Do it.
Ugh.
well, we also had Sophia 16 months, 3 months past 13. So well on our way to 26 months. We also started off with a hype train.
That's
Booked
wild.
Here, 200 bits tonight. We had Samus Hunter 100 bits tonight. We had someone named Steinbergler again cheering 300 bits.
What a dumb bitch.
The hype
Ooh.
train
Be kind
we
to
hit
yourself,
level
dude.
1, and then Book hit another 100 bits. We hit level 2 hype train, and then the hype train ended, and then the Rose Explodes cheered 300 bits.
That weird.
Weird timing.
Thanks, y'all.
Well, guys, thanks for all of that. That's so kind, and thanks for being with us. And I'm really into all of this. I rolled D13s and I didn't get a 13, so there wouldn't have been more horror surges. But God, imagine if horror had surged on top of that. Oh, it would have been great. So that's all our fun here. I'm gonna plug the upcoming games we have this week, which are a bunch because we, whatever. So on Sunday, it's in 2 days, we are back with Here Be Dragons to see what happens as the dragons descend down into this palace. Will they finally face the Dreadlord? So many of them have mummy rot. It's so good. Get ready. In addition, on Monday, 3rd time's the charm. Okay, I'm gonna level with you guys. I think I'm gonna give 3rd time's the charm a 75% chance of happening this week. It's not a for sure. I think it'll happen, but that one can always kind of go a little, and it's August, and it's just, life is crazy, and I get it. But I think we'll have Third Time's the Charm. It's our craziest sitcom game. If we don't kill me. But if we're there, join us at 7:30 on Monday. Then on Tuesday at 4 p.m., we are back for more strange lore to see what's going on with Alice and Corinna and also Louise and Cora. And if you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. Strange lore is our planetary romance meets mid-century sci-fi magazine game. Very fun. Go check those out. On Wednesday, ooh, this is fun, guys. On this coming Wednesday, we have a very exciting game. It is Top Flight West squaring off against Star Shadow for the fate of Toucan Beach, Florida. Come join us for that. It's going to be great. I'm also going to announce that 1 week from Wednesday, Dan, am I cool to announce this?
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
We're going to be doing a special one-shot 1 week from Wednesday. I have not named it yet, but it is a Lost Lore Academia game checking in on one member who may or may not have gone to Scotland for the summer to see what Connor got up to. I think it's just probably it's like Lost Lore Academia Study Abroad is probably what it's called. Study Abroad one shot. So check that out.
What's her name?
Exactly. So yeah, come join for that. That'll be a week from Wednesday. And then 1 week from tonight, hopefully we'll have a Blood from a Stone, but I'll let you know ASAP if that's happening or not. Go to our Discord to interact with us. Go to our wiki to learn all about what's going on in these games. Sophia's put it together. It's so cool, and it's growing all the time. Go to our YouTube to see old episodes. I try to update that every week, but sometimes it's a little slow. Should we? I don't know. That's all I got. What are you guys doing? Anything anybody wants to plug on your end?
I did stream again this week. We played some Golden Sun. We completed Ayers Rock, if that means anything to anyone. We got some cool new summons. Met some werewolves. So if you're a furry, I'm sorry, we're past the werewolves. Are no more in the game, so maybe don't show up. But
if you're only there for werewolves, there's no werewolves.
If you're only there for werewolves, you fucking lost out your chance. But still trying to do Mondays and Wednesdays for the rest of the month, and we'll see how that goes.
Awesome.
I didn't stream this week, but that was because of internet issues. We fixed them, we think. So I should resume next week. But if not, I am going to be on TikTok Live this week working on a costume for an event for next weekend. Come struggle with me on my TikTok.
Come struggle with me.
But also I do intend to stream again. I'll say hi in the chat. Also player info is in the bio. Or in the about section.
If you like tiny trees, follow Zane's Trees at TikTok and Instagram, and I will teach you how to make tiny trees of your own.
The tiniest trees are the happiest trees. They are the trees of the tree show.
And swords. He'll teach you how to make little cocktail swords on Zane's swords.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
Cocktail swords.
Cocktail swats?
Swats.
Zane Swats.
Zane swats. Moses, you want to talk about anything or plug anything?
I think I'll stream on Twitch soon. No info now, but it's in the works.
Get it in your mind that it could be happening. Understood. Great. Well, wonderful. Well, guys, thanks so much for watching. This was delightful. Sophia says, I'm just reading what's in my chat here. Sophia says the Blood from Stone wiki has book 1 mini recaps now. Oh, that's very cool. So not only can you get the fuller recaps, you can get sort of briefer, if you just kind of want to know the roughest shape of what happened and you don't want to read the full recaps, you can just read
It's very sandpapery and gritty. It's the roughest shape.
I get it. I understand. I need a moment after you said that. That's fine. Guys, thanks for watching. This is fun. I'm so happy to be back. It was a week since we did this, even though we did this a week ago and that's normal. Hadn't done games for a week, so clearly my vibe was weird. Galanorian Saber wrote those, I'm being told in chat. I could probably find them in Oh, they're a sentence long. Oh, that's great. Oh, they're log lines. I love it. Episode
Thank you
log
so
lines.
much.
That's
Yes.
great.
Sophia Distracted and Galanorian
And
Saber.
Awesome. Well, thanks,
Right.
guys. This has been great. I appreciate you all being here. The Dread Clock, thanks to Dan. I really wish you told me it was 26 for you, Dan. I would have known to do it for me.
I thought you saw that in the chat.
I didn't read it. I just saw you posting stuff, which is
He's busy torturing us.
I'm busy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Torture me, Dread
guys,
Daddy.
we're at 11. Oh, we can have horror so soon. Thank you so much. You're all wonderful. Until next time, have a dreadful night.